Hey everybody, it's me again. It is another random yet not random message for today. So one of the books that I've been reading is Atomic Habits by James Cleary. And some of the lessons learned, some of the lessons not learned, or counterintuitive. So the book tells you how to develop a system for creating atomic habits. Atomic is the smallest particle or piece of matter thing that you can do that leads to big results. So an example would be our habits are the leading indicators of what will become our outcome or our lifestyle, which is the lagging indicator. So a leading indicator is something that you do on a daily basis, and it ends up taking you to a certain place. So for example, if I eat fast food every day, which I did do, I don't do it anymore, but I used to, that's a lagging indicator. No, that's a leading indicator of what's going to happen in the future. It indicates where I'm going to be in the future. I ate fast food every day for about 8 years. And the lagging indicator or the outcome was I was grossly obese, 36% body fat. I ended up in a hospital because my blood sugar had shot too high. I was diagnosed with diabetes, which I'm not anymore. But all of that was the results from my daily eating of fast food, processed foods. And so what it's saying is that you can do something on a day-to-day thing, you can do something day-to-day that you don't see the outcome. Because if you ate a Big Mac and got super fat overnight, you wouldn't do it. But because you can eat ice cream or cake or pasta, and you're doing it at such a gradual clip, it's like that story or the example of the frog being boiled in water. You know, if you put it in hot water, it jumps right out. But if you put it in cool water and turn the water up, it'll boil the same way. So with this here, some of the takeaways. So I started exercising. And I'm going to tie this all back to success, because success is a measure of how well you accomplish your goals, business and in life. And one of the key indicators of success is your health. How well do you manage your health? A lot of people try to blame their health on their genetics, on their heredity. And really, it is not in the gene. Usually people suffer the same health conditions of their parents and siblings and aunts and cousins. Is because they eat the same food. They eat the same diet. It is the diet that makes people unhealthy. Food is what makes people unhealthy. By the reverse, it's the same thing that can make people healthy. So one of the things that I got from the book, obviously, is exercise. You gotta put your health, you gotta make your health a priority. And sometimes that doesn't happen until something major happens that will make us put our health as a priority. And even then, people, the way the world is in America, where we're so bombarded with poor food choices that it becomes very hard to resist the temptations of the things that will make us sick. And I'm not going to harp on that because that was a different thing. What I was going to say is about, so I had to develop an exercise habit where I've been consistently inconsistent for the last 30 years of exercise. And I've always exercised, but it was inconsistent. So once I made health my priority, then one of the things that the book talks about is make it easy. So what I had to do was I had to switch the gym that I was going to. I was going to a gym that was 30 minutes away. And a lot of times if I didn't feel like taking an hour out my day just in transportation, a half hour there, a half hour back. Then the workout, that's 2 hours gone. I didn't have 2 hours just to give up like that. So what I did was I got a gym membership at a gym that is close to me, 5 minutes away. They took away the excuses. I could always go 5 minutes away. And the hours of operation, the gym that was 30 minutes away, the hours of operation was like from 5 to 10. So sometimes I didn't work within my day, depending on what time I woke up. And I don't like to work out in the evening because I'm already tired. So I would have to work out in the morning. And if I got a late start, that messes up the whole day. But this gym, 24 hours, and it's 5 minutes away. So I made that easy. And the other thing it talks about is making things obvious. So it talks about the fundamentals of what, and we'll go over this more when I do a summary of the book. This is just the highlights of some of my takeaways. One of the first takeaways or my key points is make it as easy as possible to take away the excuse of not doing it. So for me, that was moving the gym 5 minutes away and going to a gym that had a greater range of the operating hours. And then the other thing that I want to talk about is the opposite of a habit. So I've heard different things. It takes 21 days to make a habit. It takes 3 months to make a habit. It takes 6 months to make a habit. I'm gonna have to say that that's nonsense. That it doesn't matter if it takes 30 days or 90 days or 6 months or a year to make a habit if you can break that habit with 1 weekend or 1 week of not doing it. And I found that to be the case where I've been exercising now for the last 9 months consistently. I've had weeks where I get in 5 days, and usually I do about an hour a day. I have weeks where I get in 3 days, and I've had weeks where I've only gotten in 1 day. And what I realized is that it is a continual, now this is 9 months in. Now remember, I've been inconsistent for the last 30 years. So 9 months in being consistent, I still find it a challenge to make sure that it's not like it's automatic. Yeah, I do think about it every day. And it is something that I want to do every day. But it's not like where it's automatic. And when I think of habit, I think of automatic. Where you just boom, do it no matter what. And that's not necessarily the case. A lot of factors have to be already in place in order for that to be the case. And give an example. What I realize is that if I don't go to sleep on time, if for whatever reason I'm staying up late working, doing projects, if I go to bed late, I wake up late, I tend to get up at 5 a.m. And I was getting up at 4:30 a.m. But that means that I had to be in bed no later than 9. So sometimes I don't go to bed till midnight. So what I realize is that if I don't get enough sleep, working out, exercising the next day is going to be that much more difficult, to the point where sometimes I'd have to skip a day or two, just to get caught up on my rest. So the thing with habits is that it has to be in the right environment. You have to create the environment by which you can make the habit easier to do. And this is another thing that I learned too. And this is like, I'm bridging back all of the different things from my experience, my education, my reading, just everything. That only thing that a person can do is give you the fundamentals. Learn the fundamentals of whatever it is. Like in this case, we're learning about success. So there are certain rules, there are certain principles, certain things that you need to do in order to be successful. And it's the same way with diet, it's the same way with exercise, it's the same way with most things in life, relationships, that everything is basically a guideline and it's catered to the individual. So the goal is to learn as much as you can about the thing that you're trying to accomplish, but then you have to cater or tailor it to yourself. That there are a lot of similarities in the journey. There are a lot of paths that follow the same direction, but there's always going to be nuances because we're all individuals. And that's the thing that I think that is important to remember, is that no two journeys are alike. And again, the journeys are in the same direction. They may be heading to the same destination, and they may be similar modes of transportation, but there's going to be differences because we're different. And as long as we embrace that difference and accept our journey, discover our journey, our individual journey, I think it makes the path that much more fun, that much more adventurous. And we're not trying to fit ourselves into a pocket, or a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to be free in our own individualistic way. It's about true expression. So that's all I have for today, all I have for now. I promise to get better at these, and thank you for watching. And you know what? I know I'm supposed to say hit that like, subscribe button and all of that stuff. I'm not going to even do that until these videos get good. Once I am thoroughly and adequately proud of the presentation, then I'm gonna be all in there with that like, hit, subscribe, boom, 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 and all that stuff. It's gonna be great. But until then, I'm gonna just call this my Study of Success vlog. And thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Talk to you soon.